Hey, everybody. Happy 2026. We made it. Hooray. Let's give ourselves a round of applause. Listen, I just want to thank you very, very much for tuning in and enjoying the podcast. Producer Chris and I are enjoying it, and it's really nice to know you're out there. So thank you. Thank you very much. And speaking of, we've got some pretty bodacious things lined up here and some pretty amazing people. Speaking of which, we're going to see what we can do about that right now.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Toon'd In with Jim Cummings. I'm producer Chris, joined as always by the legend himself, Mr. Jim Cummings. How are you doing today, sir?
It's truly another day in paradise.
It
and
sure
a damn
is.
Fine when it is.
Yes, it is.
It's a special day, is it not?
It is. Tomorrow's a special day. Tomorrow's a special day, yes. And what is tomorrow?
It's Winnie the Pooh Eve and A.A. Milne's birthday. How about that?
Yes, National Winnie the Pooh Day,
Yeah,
January 18th.
How about that? And we're both very happy to be here. And I thank you all, first of all, for being out there, for being supporter of Winnie the Pooh, and certainly our podcast, our humble podcast.
Absolutely.
So we're here to pay a little tribute and have a little fun. Hope you do too.
Yeah, we thought it'd be kind of fun to, look back on the history of Winnie the Pooh and talk about some experiences. I mean, it's such a pervasive character, and we were just talking about not only American culture but world culture. It spans so many different.
Oh yeah. Well, we've had opportunities to go to other countries across the globe, and it's interesting. He's pretty big time everywhere.
Yeah.
And if you go ice skating in Japan, apparently you're going to run into Winnie the Pooh, which I love. I can't think of I should have looked up the fella's name. But the last Olympics, when the Japanese ice skater was out there, and there were like 10,000, they had to stop. They had to stop the proceedings because there were hundreds and hundreds of Winnie the Pooh's, little 3 or 4 inch Winnie the Poohs thrown onto the floor.
Oh, no way. I didn't know about
that. You guys have seen it, right? Oh, shake your head. Okay, good. Yeah, see, they know.
Yeah, maybe we can find a clip of that. That'd be cool to see.
It would be.
But before we get more into National Winnie the Pooh Day, I have a couple announcements to make. This year, the podcast is going live on the road at Fan Expo.
That's true.
Yes, we're going to be doing some live podcasts and have some audience interaction for you guys. So if you're in the area, you can come up and ask some questions, and you'll be right here on this channel on YouTube.
Yes, you will.
It'll be pretty fun.
That's right.
And the next couple that are coming up, the next one is March 19th to 22nd, and that's MegaCon Orlando. So if you're in Orlando around March, maybe make it a little bonus stop on your way to Disney World.
Yes, indeed. Please do. Come on by.
And after that one, up in Canada in April is Calgary Expo. That's another fan expo in Calgary. Doing a couple in Calgary this year. I won't name any more just for now, but you can find all this information on Jim's website. And yes, the podcast Toon'd In with Jim Cummings will be on the road, and we're excited to try that out.
On the road again. So come and see us and say hi.
Yeah, but speaking of traveling all around and just Winnie the Pooh's, mass impact. I mean, if you think about it, how many characters just his featuring in Disneyland alone, across all the parks across the world, Shanghai, Japan, Paris.
That's true.
Orlando, LA. Am I missing one?
Mars.
I don't think so.
Yep, Mars.
Did you know they're opening one? No, but
Mars?
Did you know that they're opening one in the Middle East in Dubai?
Oh, I didn't know that.
I just heard. Yeah, they were talking about it when we were in Orlando for this last trip.
Well, I want to go. Let's go. I've never been to Dubai.
Yeah,
let's do it. I'm there.
I wonder how many they're going to end up making, because that has to be the. I mean, speaking of making money, I mean, Winnie the Pooh has generated how many billions of dollars in revenue?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I only get half of that, by the way. So, keeping me humble.
I mean, he's got to be. It says here he's the second most requested Disney character in all of the parks.
That's true.
Only second to Mickey.
Yeah.
But it's probably a close. It's a photo finish.
That's right.
Photo finish second to Mickey.
Good thing he and I are pals. I'll tell you what, because boy, and Tigger's in there somewhere.
Tigger's got to be in there.
He's got to be in there somewhere. Bouncing around, right? It's so magnificent. So, no kidding. This is going to be an interesting year. Yeah, and there is a certain duck that's coming up on an anniversary. The Terror That Flaps in the Night.
Yes.
I just thought I'd throw that in.
Yes.
So,
yeah, it's a big year for anniversaries.
Excuse me. I've been working all day. And for me, that means in a studio.
Doing Pooh?
Doing Pete.
Doing Pete.
Yeah. So, but I can't give away any secrets, but Pete wins. Okay, I'm just kidding. That was about it. But yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, and this year's especially special for the National Winnie the Pooh Day because it's the 100th anniversary.
Yeah, 100th anniversary. I can't believe it. Wow.
I can't think of another media that's been around for 100 years.
And still going.
Intellectual property. And still,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's what we call IP.
Yes.
Interesting pesos. I don't know. I don't know. Incredible pesos. There we go. That was a little better. But yeah, it's very nice, and we're glad to have you guys all along for the ride. And we got some very interesting things coming up. I remember coming up as a kid and watching the Shirley Temple show. Everybody remember Shirley Temple? Mm-hmm. She was a child star, and then she grew up and started doing it. And we just found out that she had, wasn't there a Winnie the Pooh version of marionettes?
Yeah, marionette Winnie the Pooh on the Shirley Temple.
I never knew that.
Shirley Temple's storybook on NBC in 1960 had a marionette version of Winnie the Pooh.
That cracks me up. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And he's so pervasive. He's here, he's there, we did the Book of Pooh a few years ago, X amount of years ago, and it wasn't quite marionettes, but it was people in green screen standing behind these incredible puppets. They're about like this big. Tigger was like this big. And it was folks manipulating them. There were 7 people working Tigger. One for the tail, one for the and it would go, and they would do the eyebrows, and he would go, "Hey, how you doing there?"
They would even do the face. Wow,
unbelievable! It was really cool. It was a great show.
Yeah,
hope you guys liked it. But
there's been
so many iterations.
So many iterations. I mean, when we think about, even the first Winnie the Pooh was a physical teddy bear, right? Yeah, so that's like the first one, and then there's the storybook version, and then there's all the different animations of him, all the different animations, the marionettes. I mean, think about the costumes. You got 2D animation, 3D animation, changing the style, because Disney kind of changed the style of A.A. Milne's original drawings. I mean, yeah,
absolutely. And they gave him the sweater that I don't know why I went like this. I'm not wearing one, but they gave him the red sweater.
Yeah, that's why I wore a red sweater for this episode.
Look at that.
I'm bounding.
How about that?
I'm bounding a little bit.
That's right.
And you can just picture, I'm wearing yellow pants too. I'm wearing yellow pants.
Yeah. But it's pretty darn cool. It's kind of amazing. It's an honor to be associated with something of so long-standing and so dear to so many people's hearts. As you know, you and I, we do a lot of conventions together, and people always have their own special Winnie the Pooh story that's very close to their hearts and got them through a lot of tough times out there. And it's an honor. It's an honor to know that I'm in a little small part of that.
Yeah. Speaking of all the iterations, this question just came to my mind. Do you have a favorite look of Winnie the Pooh? Because I know even at conventions, when people come up to you, I've seen, you have that classic, E.H. Shepard illustration of Winnie the Pooh, what I like to call the old Pooh,
Sure.
Kind of rougher, like in Christopher Robin, how he was kind of portrayed in Christopher Robin.
Right.
And then there's obviously the Disney Pooh, the bright yellow. And it's interesting to see people, come and have different attachments to the different art styles of that.
That's true.
And then you could even extend that, to a Funko Pop.
No, that's
maybe
true.
The favorite iteration is something physical, because we all have those different, just the way something looks. We kind of prefer it this way or that way.
So true. I really got a kick out of the movie Christopher Robin. I loved it anyway. I mean, I ended up tearing up, and it's not like I didn't know what was going to happen. But I really liked what they did with Pooh, because he really looked like somebody's favorite little stuffy who just got up and started walking around, and it was magical. And I hope you guys liked it too.
Yeah.
And maybe we should do a sequel.
That'd be great, because it's been some time too.
Yeah.
That movie feels recent, but it's coming up on 10 years now.
Yeah.
It's coming up on 10 years.
Yeah.
And what I liked about, I was watching some clips of Ewan McGregor, and he would bring the little Winnie the Pooh doll with him when he was getting interviewed for the press tour of that. I saw him bring it on Ellen, and I thought that was funny and endearing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Christopher and Robin and Winnie the Pooh. A boy and his bear.
A boy and his bear.
Oh, yeah. That was good stuff.
And since we're talking about the physical version, so would you say that iteration is probably your favorite portrayal of Pooh?
Gosh, it's way up there. That and the New Adventures.
Yeah. To me, that's the classic, like what I perceive as the classic because I was a kid, you know, when I was first exposed to that.
That's right.
So I'm impartial to that. You know, I like the bright colors. I like the red. And it was very smooth.
Yes.
Like the edges of the cartoon were very smooth. I remember that. Like I liked how defined they were from the background. You know, it was almost like two different animation styles.
Well, Disney knows how to do that. You know, that almost not 3D, but you know, the
it's
floating
like layered.
background. You know, the thing that they've got different documentaries on how that's done. It's pretty cool.
Done amazingly too.
Yeah,
how they
really
shoot
is.
it with a physical camera and like physically move the layers of the background, so it creates that parallax.
Yeah. Jungle Book has a lot of that in it too. But I digress.
Yeah.
And I'm also King Louie and Baloo. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw that in there. Anyway, what were we talking about?
We were talking about just like the different forms, forms. What was your first? I just talked about my first exposure to Pooh Bear. What was your first, like as a kid, like before even?
Well, yeah,
it was a career thought or a possibility.
Of course, yes, I remember it well. My brother Terry, he's 9 years younger than me. And he was a huge Winnie the Pooh fan when it first came out. Winnie the Pooh and a Day for Eeyore, Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2, and Winnie the Pooh. It was those three shorts that Walt Disney put together to make a movie, and they won an Academy Award.
Yes, they did.
And it was kind of amazing. And my younger brother Terry was really crazy about it. He just thought it was great. And he would Winnie the Pooh. And I barely can tell this, but I said, you know what Pooh is, don't you? You know, you take off the H and it really means something else in case you didn't know. You know, and he was, you know, the joke's on me. I grew up and I became to Winnie the Pooh, but with an H. No problem. So, but yeah, that's kind of like a nice family little aside there.
Yeah. So in the years between that, you know, you go from your first exposure, and then when did it start becoming like a reality? Like, oh, you get the audition for Winnie the Pooh, or so it comes across to your agent, or how's that come across?
Well, it was in the 80s, 84, 85-ish, and I just got into the business. And you have to remember, Pooh was gone for 20 years, which I was really grateful for because it gave me a chance to grow up. And so that was good. And I auditioned for, I don't think I auditioned for Rabbit, but I auditioned for Pooh, Tigger, and Eeyore.
But before that, before you get into that, like what you see Winnie the Pooh come across, well, I guess it's different, right? Because it had been kind of shelved for 20 years.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't out there.
So was it like a big, like, ooh, Winnie the Pooh, this could be the next big thing? Or is it like, oh, they're trying this?
No, you know, it really wasn't a big thing because it was a semi-distant memory. He was still there, you know, the way, I don't know, Mighty Mouse or some different cartoon character that was around, but not current. And he wasn't current, that's for sure. And Disney decided, well, you know, it's time to dust off the 100 Acre Wood gang. And I've said it before, I auditioned for several of them. And boy, I came home and I called my agent and I go, boy, am I ever going to be Eeyore. I nailed Eeyore. I'm so Eeyore. She goes, well, is that all you did? And I go, well, I did Winnie the Pooh and I auditioned for Tigger and I think Gopher and maybe Owl. But she calls me up, and 2 weeks later, she calls me up. She goes, well, I have bad news, and it's some good news. And I said, oh, you're kidding me. And I said, so, well, give me the bad news. And she says, well, you're not Eeyore. And I go, God, you're kidding me. Well, who's Eeyore? She goes, Peter Cullen. And I go, oh, well. Okay, you know, you lose a gig to Peter Cullen, you're doing fine. You know, Optimus Prime, I mean, he's only amazing. And I said, so what's the good news? She goes, well, you are Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. And I went, Eeyore Schmeeyor. You know, I was like, okay, you know, I'm good. And I just kind of couldn't believe it. And I didn't really have a sense of it going to be as explosive as it turned out, you know, and I don't know, 1,000 cartoons later, several movies, Tigger movie. So it worked out.
Yeah.
I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's crazy to think. I mean, there was this whole another. I think there was originally, like, once again, I'll call it, when I say the old Pooh, like, I mean, you know, the first iteration,
way
the
back.
pre-Disney iteration. I think there was a lot more fandom for the old Pooh across the pond in the UK.
Yes,
I think
right.
it was more tied to like their culture.
That's right.
British culture. And then I think when it became Disney, it kind of got more Americanized, and literally actually did, because they introduced the character Gopher, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Gopher was never in the original stories.
He was not in the book.
And he was not in the book.
And that meant the book, you know, so yeah.
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 And so when it became more Americanized, sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought.
Well, yeah, it made a big transition. And I think they, as usual, Disney discovered their own version of with a pot of gold. They they mined this great traditional thing, kind of like Pinocchio.
Oh, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, exactly. So, what I was leading up to is that you have such a heavy hand in the American celebration of Winnie the Pooh, like in the popularization, I should say that the popularization of Winnie the Pooh in North America is largely associated with you, because that's kind of the same time that started to take off.
Yeah, that's true.
In popularity. I think that's fair to say, yeah?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was great to go over and go to New York and see the OG. Yeah, the original dolls that I guess A. Milne grew up with.
That's right. They're in the museum there.
They're in the museum. It's kind of amazing.
They're in the New York Public Library, Stephen A. Schwarzman building.
Right.
In New York.
Yeah. And it's very nostalgic. And it's interesting to go there and see them and realize that from there, that started it all. You know, and of course now he's the second only to Mickey Mouse. So we're in pretty good company.
Yeah. Did you know that in the late 90s, there was actually a British museum that was asking, and I put asking in quotation marks, they were kind of implying that they should have the original dolls in their museum because it's British.
Well, I could see them asking that.
So there's another little, you know, the old Pooh versus new Pooh kind of.
Yeah, I could see them asking that. Good luck having it happen. I'm
well,
sure
it hasn't happened.
It hasn't
28
yet.
years later.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I don't. We'll see. We could take them.
We could take them right here.
They'd look good on the coffee table.
You sure would.
Move over. We have a chess set here. We'll move it over. We got plenty of room. Move over the bongos. Put them up on that shit. Never
put them in the studio. That's where they belong. In the Toon'd In studio.
That's right. Oh God, yeah. We'll tune into that anytime. And so, what else do we have here? We got our cheat sheets here, folks. So cut this out if it's boring. So we got that.
Well, one thing that I think that kind of tails off of this conversation is, you know, we were just talking about the different animation styles and different ways that Pooh Bears appeared, you know, either in real life or on screen. And on the stage, again, there was a musical that was released in 2022 by the name of...
That was interesting.
What was the name of it again? I have it written down
and it was
here.
Live people on stage.
With, like, once again, like marionette type, you know, it was like almost big stuffies that they manipulated maybe 3 or 4 people to a character.
And I can't remember, was that kind of like Lion King on Broadway?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe there was like 7 songs. It was a musical, of course. It was called Disney's Winnie the Pooh, the new musical adaptation. And it was very based on, like, you know, the original story, the original Disney story of Winnie the Pooh. Kind of like a variation of that. The Sherman Brothers, I believe, did the music for it.
My dear friends,
I'm not mistaken.
God bless them,
And they did the Sherman Brothers obviously wrote the original Winnie the
they sure
Pooh.
do.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, and they were good friends of mine. I'm very honored. Oh, boy, am I honored to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, that's so cool. I mean, they were you've described it before as they They were like the kings of the earworm, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I remember them telling me, I'm not going to hum "It's a Small World" because you'll hate me later. But they told me the stories of working with Walt, and I was so honored because it's like talking to Mount Rushmore to me anyway. And they wrote Chim Chimmery, Winnie the Pooh. They wrote your favorite song. Your favorite Disney song was written by the Sherman Brothers. Okay. And nowadays, maybe Randy Newman. Gosh, where was I going with that? It was such a beautiful thing. And they said that Walt told them when he needed a song for "It's a Small World" at Disneyland, and no, I won't hum it for you. I won't even do it because I'm a nice man. And he told him, he says, "I want an earworm. I want something that if you hear it more than once in your whole life, you can't ever forget it. And you'll probably come, after dinner, you'll be going, do, 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 do." Purposely set out to write an earworm. And an earworm is a word for a song that you can't get out of your head. And I think "It's a Small World" qualifies.
I think the Winnie the Pooh theme song qualifies as well.
That's true. Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
You hear that, and
Sing it with me. Yeah. And Tiggers are wonderful things. I'm going down the list in my head. I'll promise you I'll stop soon.
Did they write the Tigger song as well?
Oh, they wrote them all.
They wrote them all.
Truly
legends. Truly legends.
Yeah, they truly are. Yeah, and I was very, very honored to sing for them, with them, many, many times. I've had nothing like having the Sherman Brothers sitting at a piano teaching you a song, and I'm going, this is Mount Rushmore talking to me. Mount Rushmore is teaching me a song. It was good stuff.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, it really is.
That's really cool. And it's nice to see too, like you had mentioned, obviously, what was it, the Academy Award that Winnie the Pooh won way back in the 60s. And then since then, I mean, there's been numerous awards. I mean, daytime Emmys for the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and the list goes on. And so it's nice to see like how recognized it's been over the years.
Yeah.
It's been... And once again, going back to the subject of like the new, and I call the new popularity of Winnie the Pooh kind of like the 80s on. You know what I mean? 1920 to 1980.
Sure.
I feel like was one period of Pooh, and then kind of the Disney rebirth.
Yeah, that's true.
And
that's true. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
One of the things that I noticed while just kind of doing some more research on this kind of phenomenon of Winnie the Pooh is the anniversaries. You would think, when you're starting a company or a business, intellectual property, whatever, you think, the big anniversaries are like 10, 25, 50,
Oh, yeah.
But the 50th anniversary kind of fell in that dead period for Pooh, that we were talking about.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because that was only like the 70s. So what I noticed, like the 80th anniversary, there was a big celebration for Pooh, and that's when he got his star on the Walk of Fame, on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
That's right.
You remember that?
I do remember it. It was pretty darn cool. And I'm waiting for Tigger. Actually, I'm waiting for mine too, by the way. I'm right here, just in case anybody's got some juice.
Yeah, that must be a unique club of people who have characters on the Walk of Fame without their own name, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, technically, it could easily have been Sterling Holloway. And I think he is on there. God, I hope he is.
Yeah.
And I believe Paul Winchell is, and I know they're both on the, over at the Disney lot, which, I've been there. I was there today. They've got them there.
Yeah.
And they've got their hands in the mud, in the cement. And that's kind of cool.
Outside the theater.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
A quick aside. One fun fact I like about the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Do you know whose star is the only star that's not on the floor? It's on a wall.
Whoa.
Do you know whose it is?
Spider-Man?
Not Spider-Man. That's a good guess, though.
That's not bad. Yeah. Who?
It's Muhammad Ali.
Oh, wow.
Because he said the only way that he would agree to have one is that if nobody was walking over him.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, you know, they said, okay, boss.
The champ.
Yeah, I'd
The
have said
champ.
whatever you say. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's on the wall. It's like right by the Chinese Man Theater.
Oh, okay.
There's like, like the shiny tiles that they have on the Walk of Fame. It's
Yeah,
like not
yep,
like a
yep.
regular sidewalk. They have those that go like halfway up the wall.
Oh,
and then
okay.
his plaque is right there.
And rightly damn so. He ain't the greatest for nothing.
Exactly.
Good to be the king.
It's good to be the king.
It's true, all those little expressions. Wow. Wow, he's floating like a butterfly. Well, that's good to hear.
But on the topic of anniversaries,
Yes.
since this year's the 100th,
Yeah.
we just talked about the 80th anniversary where Pooh Bear got his star on the Walk of Fame. You fast forward another decade, the 90th anniversary was heavily associated with Queen Elizabeth II.
Why, you're so right.
Yes, because she turned 90 that year. She was
Yes.
born in the same year that Winnie the Pooh was created, 1926.
Oh, I forgot that. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a
little soiree in their honor.
And,
I would think so.
That year, also, the book Winnie the Pooh Meets the Queen. How do I forget that title?
Yeah. Why? What a great thing.
Couldn't have made it easier. 2016 that year for the 90th anniversary
Not
as
unlike
well.
this.
Yes. I'm getting there.
Yeah. Wow. Winnie the Pooh Meets the Queen.
Winnie the Pooh Meets the Queen. It's obviously a short story, and it's just about Pooh Bear and the gang going to Buckingham Palace and meeting the Queen.
Yeah, that's right. And Freddie Mercury was not there. Different Queen. But yeah, that's pretty darn cool. Well, he's very much ingrained in British culture. You know, it's British literature. And I think that gives it a very interesting base. You know,
Yeah.
it comes from literature. So, and the narration has always been very much akin to the stories, the way the stories were written. And I always thought that was a nice touch.
Even in like some of the beginning Disney animations, they animated it to almost look like a storybook. Not almost, to literally look like a storybook.
Yeah, they did.
You know, and
Exactly
then they
right.
zoom in on the, the little, I'm losing the word, the picture.
Sure, the picture. Yeah.
The vignette, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, that's right. And then, when the rain came down, do, and it's taken right from the book. You know, the lyrics are taken right from the book. And I can remember Tigger saying, "Yeah, somebody narrate me down from up here." And he's in a tree, and it's and it was just a beautiful. What is that? A MacGuffin, an instrument to storytell. You know, and you can see Pooh's coming down, and he turns the umbrella upside down, and he said, "I must rescue my supper." And he comes in and finishes the musical phrase, and he's looking to get his honeypot out of the, and it's just amazing. It's just so much fun.
Yeah.
And the Tigger movie used that particular vehicle a lot too. You know, with talking to the camera, you know, and it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, you guys have seen it. If not, go buy a DVD.
If I'm not mistaken, too, the there was this one. Honestly, probably my favorite Winnie the Pooh movie.
Christopher Robin,
name?
Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2.
It was Winnie the Pooh and him and the gang. They go to Skull Rock. They go to Skull
sure.
Rock looking for Christopher Robin. He's gone missing.
Yes, the search for Christopher Robin.
Yes. And that was probably one of my favorite ones. And I loved like the feature long pun that at the end it was just that he went to school and they couldn't spell school, so they thought it said skull.
Yes. Yeah, well, Pooh is good at getting a lot of drama out of something that's been completely misunderstood and misconstrued. Yeah, and of course, Rabbit didn't help, or who was it, Owl, reading it. Well, it says clearly that, going to a skull. What?
He's the wise owl, so how can he be wrong?
Yeah, exactly right. And that was a good one. That was very well received, and we got beautiful music too. The Silvershires, Silvershire. Oh, and Pooh has always Disney has always had a great way of telling a story with a song, and boy, they were on point.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire pantheon or catalog of different Winnie the Pooh movies and Tigger, and it's just a beautiful thing. right up to Princess and the Frog, And
Yeah.
Randy Newman can't go wrong.
No, you cannot.
Yeah, I think we should get Randy to write the next Winnie the Pooh movie or Tigger. I'm just putting it out there.
What was the book that you were holding up briefly there?
Yes. Well, this was kind of nice. And just so happened to be in England when this came up. And it's Winnie the Pooh meets the King. And we, gosh, let's see. Who else was there? Lionel Richie.
And was this was for the coronation of the king,
This was
right?
for the coronation of the
So
King.
this is after the queen passed away,
Yes. And, wow, here we go.
as it goes.
And as here, I won't show who wrote that or did that, but it's a dedication to me. And yes, Pooh is wearing a crown there, and he kind of has a way of sneaking in and saying hello and having a good day. And here, I'll just show you this last picture with my close personal friend, King Charles. I'm just saying. Puff up your pillow and dream. How about that?
And they even did a little animated segment, I remember, during the coronation
Yes.
that featured Pooh and Piglet.
Yes, it was. Yeah, that was a gas. We had a beautiful time doing that. And, it was nice to be just a little cog in a very big wheel.
Yeah, I was about to say, that must have been an interesting phone call. Ring, ring. Oh, hey, the king is requesting your voice for this Winnie the Pooh
Yeah.
for his coronation.
And who knew that he was a fan of Winnie the Pooh? Mm-hmm. And I think we said that somebody else in that sort of category named Barack is another fan of our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And so, King Charles, King Barack. Hi, guys. I hope you're having a great time out there.
Queen Elizabeth. Yeah, there's a lot of...
Oh, yeah, it kind of gives me goosebumps.
I think that probably meant a lot to him, just because of the association with the royal family for so long, and kind of that parallel of being the same age as Winnie the Pooh, and the British.
Mm-hmm.
The British pride. The Brits, you Brits are pretty proud.
Yeah.
You guys are sneakily proud.
Yeah, not so sneakily.
I have a British cousin, and he never fails to remind me of how many countries Britain has conquered.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys are sneakily proud. I bet any of you Britoners listening,
That's right.
I bet you have an idea what I'm talking about.
We won't bring up the American Revolution. Oh, too late. Okay. But yeah, thanks, guys. Like and subscribe. Yeah, it's very interesting. And it's something I'm always eternally proud of.
In another 40 years from now, then the Disney version of Winnie the Pooh is going to be public domain. So they could technically make a showdown of British Pooh versus American Pooh. The ultimate showdown.
That's true.
And it could be like he's going through the 100. It's like I'm going off on a tangent.
Here we go.
Disney owns the
Goodbye,
multiverse.
Christopher.
Okay,
He's leaving.
It's not impossible. Disney owns the multiverse.
That is true. That is.
And speaking of multiverse, I mean, Pooh has made cameos in numerous other IPs.
That's true.
There was Doc McStuffins. There's
Yeah. Yes, that's very true.
Pooh had a little cameo in that.
Yes, he did. And Tigger was there too.
Tigger was there too. And
he needed a Stitch. Mm-hmm. Who better than Doc McStuffins?
and Kingdom Hearts, the video game.
Oh, sure.
Pooh is obviously in that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So there's a little bit of a Pooh multiverse already.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true.
I saw.
And I'm pretty sure he sells honey somewhere. Somebody's done something with honey. I'm not sure if it's sanctioned or I could be wrong. Not real sure. And
Like
Tigger would sell a trampoline or two, I'm sure.
Sure would.
I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. So if you want to give me a call.
I saw even I saw a clip of a Simpsons short. It was a little short that Simpsons did a few years ago.
Oh.
And they featured Winnie the Pooh, but they just had what's his name who plays Dan Castellaneta. They just had him playing like all these different Disney characters because I guess they got the rights from Disney to like portray. But Pooh Bear is in there.
Oh wow!
And I was trying to find. I was trying to find the clip of him talking, but they're like sitting at a bar, and Pooh has a little jar of honey as his drink.
Oh my gosh!
It's like a little jar of honey on The Simpsons, and they have like Donald Duck in it too, and Goofy, and
oh no kidding!
It's all like Simpsons.
How did I miss
version.
that one?
I hadn't heard about that until just the other day when I was doing some research for this.
Man,
because I was trying to find some stuff for you guys that we've, because we've talked about a little bit of the history of Pooh in other episodes.
I'm going to call Dan Castellaneta right now. Okay, maybe later. Oh boy! Wow.
Yeah,
you never know where he pops up.
We'll try and find a clip of that and put it in this episode for you guys because one of the clips I saw, they were pretty cool. They just had somebody talking over it like I'm doing right now, which could possibly be happening for the viewers right now. They could be seeing a clip as I'm talking if we can't find the audio, but.
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah. And then didn't you just do Pooh Bear? I don't believe it's released yet, but for, and correct me if we need to take this out or anything, but for Family Guy.
That could be.
That could be. That could be.
Yeah, there might be a little soiree through the 100 Acre Wood. So we'll have to see if it passes muster.
Yeah.
You never know. Could end up on the cutting room floor, could not. We have to wait and see. So stay tuned, won't you? Yeah, it's interesting.
But yeah, so Pooh is obviously, made his way around, and then, for the movie We Shall Not Name, of course.
Yes.
Now that he's public IP or public domain, I mean. But made his way around, a bunch of cameos.
Speaking of cameos, no, I won't. I won't do that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's interesting. Well, it's not so nice to be a part of something that people are so engaged by, engaged in, and it's been a part of people's lives. And I've said before, I take my work seriously, but not myself. And I'm glad people like it. So thank you, by the way.
From the day I've met you, too, it's always like struck me as such like a superpower in a way that, you're such a recognizable voice, but you don't have to have the burden of like, people just flocking up to you. I mean, obviously in the certain places, you get your crowds.
Yeah, Comic-Cons, yeah.
But it's just the coolest thing. I'll never forget the first time I heard you do the voice. I've since become, a little bit accustomed to it.
Enamored,
just heard it
or not unenamored, yeah.
But when I first heard it and I was like, oh, like it's like such a transformation. It's like, whoa, like that is 100% the voice. Like,
yes.
That is incredible.
Please pass the honey, won't you? Stay as sweet as honey.
There was a good moment when we were just in Orlando at Disney World where a lady came up. Remember her little daughter came running up? And then you did the voice for her.
Oh, yeah.
And the mother goes, oh, wow, you're really good at that voice.
Oh, yeah. She goes, wow, you sound just like him. Yeah. And I said, yeah, well, okay. Yeah.
And then she goes, no way, oh my God.
Yeah, and then she froke.
And then she's making sure her daughter knows the importance of who she's talking
I remember that,
to.
Yeah.
Like,
that was very sweet.
Honey, this is the man.
He doesn't sound like him. He's him. Yeah, I get a kick out of that. That's one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I mean, it never gets old for me to see either.
And occasionally some guy will say, would you whisper this into my girlfriend's ear? And I go, no, because you know what they're saying. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. So, yeah.
Oh, we mentioned this briefly in the Christmas Pooh episode.
Yes.
But I've just found out how many items. I don't think I mentioned how many items this woman has. This lady.
Oh, bless her heart.
Excuse me. This lady, Deb Hoffman from Waukesha, Wisconsin, has the biggest Winnie the Pooh memorabilia collection in the world. Take a venture a guess how many items it consists of.
I almost knew this, but then I don't. It's like 35,000.
A little less.
Okay, because that's way too many. I mean, I'm just trying to think.
But it's
25.
20.
Oh,
20,000 items.
How do you even know that you have that?
And the thing that hit me when I read that, because she set the world record in 2000 and it was like 2008, 2000. And
Can you imagine being the second place winner?
And she
and there's like four between the difference is like 4 pieces. You'd be pissed.
Yeah, and she set the record with 4,000. And so the last update on her was in 2020 where she had 20,000 items. So it might actually be close to 35,000. But I was trying to find, which I could not find, but the number, like the actual number of like how much memorabilia of Pooh has been produced.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because if she has 20,000 items,
she's got to have them all.
How many have been out there, you know?
Yeah.
And like, I wonder if it counts like, you know, bootleg, unlicensed stuff.
Oh, yeah, I would think.
You know, it would have to.
Almost have to, yeah.
Because 20,000, I mean,
man.
Books, toys.
Yeah. I mean, there's decals.
Phones, stickers, yeah, every.
Stuff like that.
Trinkets, keychains. I mean, anything you could think of that has memorabilia, there's got to be. I bet there's Pooh drumsticks.
Oh yeah, ooh, that sounds good. I'll take a set of those, and I've done any number of those toys over the years. Back in the day when you would pull the thing, would you please pass the honey? You know.
Yeah.
And then one thing that we did, my interactive Pooh,
yes,
which was an interesting name. It took like 6 months to do because first we did the stories and I would pause when it was the person. One day in the 100 Acre Wood, Mary, and then you would go forward. And it took 6 months to get through the name. And they wanted to do 3 names in a row. And my brain started to turn into fudge. And I couldn't do it. And I said, how about we do 1 in a row, and if we need pickups, let's do it that way. Because it was, I can't remember how many it was, but it took forever to get out of the D's. That's all I can tell you. There was the Chandra, the Shikwa, the Shugel, the Rengi, the Rudel. You know, it's just, and
Darren,
then
Doug, Daryl.
Oh yeah, it was terrible. It was semi-torturous. So I charged him too much money. But it was, and people loved it.
I wonder if anybody out there, put in the comments if you have or had my interactive Pooh, because we've talked about this a few times, and I want to see the Pooh Bear in action. I'm gonna look on eBay too. I'm gonna look on eBay. I'm gonna try and find one.
There's one. I don't have one.
Oh, I bet Deborah has one. She has one. Yeah, Deb. The 20,000. There's got to be interactive Pooh in her collection of 20,000.
Yeah, that's true, huh? Wow. We should get her on the podcast.
That would be fascinating. We'd have to do it at her house. It'd be
I was going to say.
It'd be worth
that's
it.
True.
Because she wouldn't be able to travel. She'd need a freight container.
Yeah, she couldn't.
Yeah.
Oof.
There's no way. Imagine the shipping costs on that.
Ooh.
That's not going anywhere.
No, we can't do that. But what else we got here? Bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah, I think we've touched on most of what I had come up with here.
Yes.
You know, and once again, just for you guys watching, we just wanted to, celebrate National Winnie the Pooh Day. It's an interesting thing, and obviously it's been a big impact on your life, of course, playing this character.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody would be lucky enough to play one character like this, and you've voiced hundreds. I mean, it's just an amazing career that you've had.
Yeah.
But
only one Pooh.
Only one Pooh, exactly.
Only
and
one
that's why we took the time out, to talk about this in this episode, because Pooh is so special to so many people, and myself included.
Yeah, me too. And then there's Tigger.
Can't forget Tigger.
Yeah, can't forget Tigger. Tigger, they're wonderful things, just in case you kind of forgot that. But yeah, well, gosh, I hope everybody enjoyed this.
Yeah,
I know I did.
Do you want to send off a last message to Pooh? I'll do a send off message, and then how about we do that? How about we each do a send off message for National Winnie the Pooh Day?
Okay.
All right. My first exposure to Winnie the Pooh was as a wee lad, as we all once were. And actually, my favorite character was Tigger. And I loved doing the Tigger. Don't ask me to do it because I don't do it anymore. But I loved doing the Tigger voice. I loved doing the Tigger voice. And
you give us a little taste.
Oh, man.
Just say, keep on bouncing.
Keep on bouncing.
That's pretty good.
That's not good. That's
okay. Not all that good.
That might be cuttable. That might be cuttable.
Yeah. That's okay. I don't want you to do it too well.
No, yeah. But And obviously, you know, I enjoyed the movies. The Tigger movie was one of my favorites, and the one we just were talking about, you know, where Pooh and the gang go to Skull Rock.
Yes,
and it was just always, you know, just a warming part in my heart growing up. And it's cool to come full circle, and here I am talking to the legend himself, you know, on National Winnie the Pooh Day. So it's a blessing, and I think Winnie the Pooh represents that faith, that hope, that kindness, that purity to a lot of people, and he certainly does to me.
Yeah, well, you know, I always I like the fact that that it's, for me, it's the sincerity, and it's the heartfelt, and it's not sentimentality for sentimentality's sake. It's not, you know, it's not corny. It's not this or that. It's real. He's real. And, you know, his emotions and his love for life and his friends is very, very real. And I've said it before. I don't take myself seriously, but I take my work seriously. And I take Pooh very seriously. And I want to thank all of you out there for allowing me to be your Winnie the Pooh. And have a smackerel of honey on me, will you? God bless.
Well said, well said. Well, thank you once again from me, as well as Jim, for all of you guys watching, and those of you who aren't subscribed and would like to see more of this content, be sure to subscribe. We really appreciate it. It helps the algorithm find you more content like this. It helps us tells us what you guys like to see, you know. Hopefully you guys like this one. I think that was I liked, you know,
we did it.
There's so much history to Winnie the Pooh. I mean, a day like, you know, National Winnie the Pooh Day only makes sense. I mean, we could probably do a whole nother episode, go even more in depth. And actually, you know, search up. I found some really cool videos on very similar subjects, you know. I'll leave his channel in the description here, but there's a video I watched, and it was all about the different animation styles that Disney went through with Winnie the Pooh. I mean, there's some great stuff here on YouTube, so check out some other channels. But once again, if you guys like this, please like and subscribe. Really appreciate it. If you like it so much you want more of it, there's good news for you. Patreon has what you need. There's Tuned In with Jim Cummings on Patreon. There's extended interviews. There's bonus interviews, contests, giveaways, all that good stuff. Have a little chat room. You guys can ask some questions that we'll read out. And with all that said and done, that's another episode wrapped up.
Absolutely.
I'm producer Chris, the legend himself, Mr. Jim Cummings.
And stay sweetest, honey, and don't forget to keep on bouncing.
And we will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.